can be considered a hot drop in this game. So let's go and bring on the flight as we go on.
Well, it really depends on the flight path, as it will dictate which of the areas really will be highly populated. But yes, Pochinki, I probably will assume that DX Savior will take control of that specific area. And also just within proximity, there's Leo Esports as well, and some of the guys coming from Alter Ego, and perhaps, players coming from RRQ and Voin Bulls. So there's a big probability that these teams will clash with each other, considering the kind of flight path that we have for our first match. So let's see if we're going to be witnessing the same choice of drop locations for our favorite teams.
That's what we're to find out right now. So the flight is coming from the west to the north, and there's a far line for the teams who wants to go to Milta Power as well as to Novorepnoye. So they need to go in the crossroads, get those vehicles to reach their intended drop spot. But as we can see, we are looking at the average points coming in Erangel right now, and number one is BN United with 12.83. This is a lot against RRQ with only 11.83. Now it's more of this switch of, or the turn of events that happen when a circle lays down like this. It's so far from the start of our flight, and then none of the occupants for the right side.
Well, it's obvious that there will be plenty of space onto the eastern side of Erangel right now. And well, let's see what's going to happen as Stalwart Esports find themselves up against a squad in this area. And that would be Kagendra, one of the top performing teams so far inside the game. And just look at that. A couple of players coming from Stalwart Esports already finds themselves on the ground. Will they be eliminated at stage 1 of Erangel?
Well, we were just talking about this, and this is what we don't want to see from Stalwart Esports, because this is not their usual gameplay. But as we can see, there's only IC, the one remaining right now, trying to defend himself through the window, was able to take down one, and let's see on how much he can do, but not so much, because there goes Kagendra, cleaning them off that easily. Not even on the first few minutes of that game, or I think they didn't pass the first minute. They have been taken down on a few seconds they drop and just squad wiped.
Yeah, well, according to Sir Cloud, I think he did mention this day number 2 that Stalwart Esports are actually playing with a different device, and so it will be like a little time to get used to. But still, you know what, we've had how many matches for this tournament. They cannot even get the rhythm, or maybe get to the latter stages of the game to even have a chance to get that winner chicken dinner. It's always during the initial stages of the match that they get eliminated. So we really don't know. It's a puzzle for most of us, but we've always known Stalwart Esports to be a hard-hitting team, and we'll probably see them in other tournaments performing the kind of gameplay that we're used to seeing them. But just like that, ladies and gents, we already have one team that has been sent back to the lobby. We're down to 14 teams and 56 players remaining. And as expected, DX Savior has taken control of the Pochinki. Nobody will contest them for now, but we always know that there's teams lurking around the area. Probably Leo Esports perhaps would then be challenging DX Savior for this position. We never know.
We never know. We'll have to find out later on if or when they will be, or when and if they will be engaging in this battle. But as we can see, more GPS right now, just finding they are going in for their sweet time and looting all this place. This is a huge place for Georgia Polt for you to get all of those weaponry, and we'll have to find out if they will be ready the moment they go in for the battle. Bigatron Aces, the ladies right now are in here, also positioning themselves. Again, this is we've seen first team eliminated in this game. This is, I'm expecting a slow match, because they are getting a hang of how they are. What is happening right now? Baron is carrying his teammates while driving or stepping into a car. This is some highlights that we are looking at right now from for Miracle vibes, and this is the vibes, good vibes coming from this
Yes,
team
sir.
right here.
I mean, this is, well, you gotta be resourceful, and 4 Miracle Vibes is showing us just that. You need to be able to adapt to your surroundings and especially the situations. And there you go. With what just happened, with what they did, they were able to save their teammate, and now they can head inside the military base to go for the loots, to go for the resources that they need to prepare themselves in any engagement that will come their way. And we've seen, Bigatron aces just a while ago, and they always drop into the south of Jorgopul. Now we are waiting to see, because just onto the northern side of Jorgopul, there's also the players coming from Morph GPX. If they chose to drop in that location, perhaps we'll be seeing them collide in just a few minutes. But of course, this is just the first phase, gentlemen. Probably, teams wouldn't be engaging this early. They would want to try to check the flow of the match before they really get into a fight. You would want to get all the information that they need before they get into any altercation.
Exactly. I mean, it's more of preparation, and when it comes to preparation, it's not just gathering all the resources that you have. You need to get all the information, as you mentioned, as well, and they need to find a good spot or good location to spot all the enemies who might be moving in. But as we can see, we have Void Bulls right now hanging back a little bit on the blue, and they have plenty of time, but for the adjustment or update that has been done into the game for the season, for this past few months, hanging back on the blue is not a good play anymore. But I guess some of the teams are still risking it. If you stay back from outside of the play zone, you will already lose a lot of meds once you step in. So it's not a smart move, especially if you want to invest on those meds so that you'll be able to fire or fight back just in case someone will be gatekeeping you.
Well, yes, I mean, if we've seen, if you saw the map overview just a while ago, there were a lot of teams actually that dropped into the western side of Erangel, and so we'll definitely see the west side as well as the northwestern side to be a little bit congested. So I feel like that's where the first few battles will start. Now, Alter Ego Eras over here, they spotted some teams that's doing a rotation, but it's so far away. I don't think they will do a little spray or even reveal their position just yet. But it's good, to know which direction they will have to point their guns. Some of the players coming from Alter Egos, they are doing the rotation. You would want to go, for a prime location inside the circle. You want to get into position to have that upper hand advantage against the opponents right at the edge of the circle.
Exactly. It's one thing that Alter Ego usually does is they wait for all the information, for all the opponents to move in towards them so that they can track which way they are heading, because it's more survivability that Alter Ego has done in most of the tournament that they jump in. And on the final, let's go in stage 4, stage 5, that's where they start all battle. But looking back into the map right now before it closes and shows us the next stage of the circle, we are seeing more of GPX in there a little bit too far, but as we can see, it is now moved a little bit higher. So we are seeing 3 teams already inside of the next stage as other teams are starting to move in. So moving in onto the compounds in the middle is a smart move, because all you have to do is just wait for anyone who's coming in as well as the next stage so that you will be safe in those compounds. So for those who are still lying back, they need to move fast, because it will not look good just in case they will be caught off guard.
Yes, you're right. But you know what? Box Gaming is actually still inside Yasnaya Polyana, and there's a big possibility that they will clash with the players coming from DX Savior. 21 NFT, however, very much close with the guys coming from RRQ, and I think there is already an engagement happening because Nerpeko is currently on the ground as we speak.
Yeah, Nerpeko has been taken down, and we'll have to see if the pickup can be done right now. And there goes elimination. Now healing coming from 21 NFT will be done, and 1 elimination already for RRQ. I guess I'm giving them the caster's curse right now. I was chewing them for go in for the elimination and not to be eliminated early. So, well, that's on me, I would say. I want to blame RRQ for that, because I should have pointed it out. They have a good chance to get all those points.
I actually had the caster curse yesterday. Let's see if it's still on effect, for Red Queen Gaming. But anyway, let's check what's currently happening with DX Xavier. So right now, I feel like they are already in the middle of the circle, together with Box Gaming and some of the players coming from Team Secret as well. 21 NFT and RRQ also within the circle. Now we got Chu over here, did a spray, but unfortunately did not connect to his target. But you know what? He already revealed his location, so most of the squads that's probably within the area knows that this compound has a player inside, or someone is camping it. But Kagendra, oh no, this is not looking too good, because they found themselves up against Alter Ego, and it looks like it's going to be difficult for them to move forward past this.
And they are getting some damage right now. Zero has been taken down, and we have Alter Ego in there just cleaning up the house. And despite of the number of points that they have from the onset of this game, if in case you lose one, it will slow down your performance. So Former Voice right now is taking a peek as to where the gunshots coming from, and it was Alter Ego making all of those noise. Moving in onto this map right now. There are still a lot of teams who needs to get their position, but on the left-hand side, the battle continues as Alter Ego fires back, and there comes the nade kill coming, or nade hit coming from Apex right now. But 4MB has taken two guys taken down already, and they need to go for the pickup. Now, Apex right now, still the Apex Predator will try to peek in against Off, and there goes the peek, but no! Octa beats him to it, and one guy remaining from 4 Miracle Vibes. And let's see if he managed to survive. The takedown will be done. Doc is in there trying to hide out, but he has no place to go. Potato will not be a potato anymore. He will be getting that 1 point.
Yes, not a good start for 4 Miracle Vibes, considering they are at the second spot. But you know what? 4 Miracle Vibes, they always pop off during the last 2 rounds for any evenings. But of course, they need to reconsider that kind of strategy, because this is the final day. But anyway, Alter Egos survived that clash up against the 4 Miracle Vibes with all of the players still intact. But they need to get a move on, since they are already being devoured by the blue zone. So let's see what's going to happen as they get inside the circle. I don't think anybody would say hi to them before they step in. But you know what? For T2K, okay, someone, or like Toodle Love, did a spray, but I don't understand why he did not continue on inflicting that damage. He just kind of like gave up and went back straight to his teammates.
I guess it's one knockdown coming from their team, trying to provide that coverage so that they might be able to pick them up. But unfortunately, they weren't, and they are now left with 3. On the other side, we are seeing Kagendra being taken out, eliminated after that gunfight. So they receive a lot of damage against Alter Ego, and they have been taken down out of this game. The third team to be eliminated in this match. Now, we are now seeing 12 teams remaining. T2K still getting their position, though they lost 1. They might be able to give this distraction gameplay a little bit of an option, because we have a Rig right now who's might not be feeling good as he is being gunned down, though the support is in there, but not so much of visibility, and they might be eating some nades coming from Morph GPX.
Yes, here we go. Morph GPX actually won a chicken dinner inside Erangel map. So let's see how far they're going to go now that they found themselves head-to-head against the players coming from T2K. We got Bobo Ho, one of the MVPs so far in some of the matches inside this tournament, is challenging up T2K. But you know what? We cannot really see just who is dominating currently. There's a little bit of that distance, and so we are seeing just an exchange of nades so far coming from both of the teams.
Yeah, exchange of nades. One will be stuck in here as he will try to defend himself, but nades are coming in hot onto him, and there's no choice for him but to battle it on. But damage has been received by more GPX, and it's slowing down the approach in terms of taking him down. Two players out here down in the compounds being sighted by Bobo Ho. And here comes a grenade coming from Morph GPX. And, well, takedown against Rig has been done. And domination already by Voin Bull. Now moving in, Morph GPX. One has been taken down. That is caused by the DBS.
Yeah, DBS, the one-tap wonder. Anyway, we have one player from T2K that's currently knocked down, but I love what Morph GPX is doing as of this moment. We have Bobo Ho on a different location, on a different angle, making it work, you know, to take down people or like players coming from T2K Esports. But you know what, in this process, in this altercation, T2K already has won a casualty, but it looks like, you know, they still have that advantage against a Morph because Bobo Ho probably is the last remaining player for his team.
Yeah, he might just be, and though he had a good location, no, not so good to defend some of the teammates. But as we can see, 21 NFT right now loses two of the members has been knocked down and only left with one. Now, Voin Bulls has been eliminated right now, and that is caused by T2K, I believe. And also eliminated is Morph GPX. So Morph GPX, though they have a good plan, the execution is not that prime, and T2K still managed to survive with the three members that they started when they went for that engagement.
Right. Fourth phase of the circle, ladies and gents, with a minute and a half before our zone closes in. 9 teams remaining, 31 players alive. And looking at Bigatron A's, we already have 2 casualties as well. So it's the dynamic duo that's the last hope, you know, for their team. But it's good because they managed to actually get to the stage 4 of our first match in terms of their rotations, in terms of like picking a position inside the map. I think they are doing pretty well. You know, it really has improved a lot compared to their kind of performance during day number 1. Now, Morph GPX with 2 elimination points has now been taken out of equation, but it looks like Bigatron A's are not out of the woods just yet because we got Hexus, another best fragger coming from Indonesia's RRQ right now, pointing his M416 against these 2 ladies.
Yeah, all they have to do is manage to survive for the top 8 to get a few of those rank points. And if anyone unsuspecting passerby will be in there, they might be getting a few in terms of elimination. But with the 9 teams, a little bit of slowdown right now. Box Gaming went in and take down one of the Leo. And let's see if they will still be able to growl after that takedown. Because if the pickup will be done, they can be fighting and tearing up all those boxes. And they are on the far side of the west of this circle. But once we have the next circle, this is the deciding factor whether Box Gaming or Leo Gaming will start to engage. And as we can see, Leo Gaming is outside, Box Gaming still maintains their position on the compounds. It's not looking good as well for the east side of this map because 2 teams will be stuck on the outside as they are being gate capped. At Beginner Ace will be eliminated on number 9, though they have 1 elimination but didn't manage to get any rank points.
Gatekeeping opportunity coming from the DX Savior side as well, but RRQ is punishing this one player coming from 21 NFT, but it looks like T2K and DX Savior is going head to head as we speak, and RRQ is actually capitalizing on that one, but it looks like T2K Esports has been sent back to the lobby by the players of DX Savior. That is all happening just onto the northern side of our safe zone, and right now RRQ not even giving time for DX Savior to lick their wounds just yet. They are now pushing in and moving in for the kill.
Moving in for the kill, and as we can see, we have a few knockdowns being done right now, and RRQ is on the shorter end. They receive a little bit of those nades, and as we can see, this is the Xavier right now managed to survive after all those altercations, after all those engagement. But Sunsia Esports will be eliminated. I believe they also got a few points out of T2K, and RRQ being taken out as well. Left with 6 teams remaining. We have Leo Gaming with only Liquid to be remaining in this game. There's not so much of option for him because he's very close against Box Gaming.
Yeah, your choice of team already out, gentlemen, but DX Savior is still alive. 6 teams remaining, ladies and gents, and we are seeing them. Box against the players coming from Leo Esports, and there you go. Leo Esports with no elimination points whatsoever has now been eliminated from Erangel. Second to be eliminated, we got RRQ as well.
We have a next team who will be targeted by a lot, and Team Secret is the first one who will be shooting them off, being in there just on the ridge, and also backs behind the Xavier. So two teams, Team Secret and the Xavier, trying to hit down against Xerxia. And even if they have a complete squad and 5 eliminations, it's not looking good for them in terms of position. So they might be using up all those smokes just to manage to survive, and hopefully they have one vehicle on them so that at least they can move a little bit faster. But as you can see, the Xavier, they're just hanging back in there onto the edge of the circle, waiting for the movement to happen in a bit, and that will be happening in less than 30 seconds. Team Secret as well as the Xavier seeing each other as well. This might be the two teams who will be engaging later on, but the advantage will be on the Xavier, who's a complete squad.
Yes, I mean, this is where the utilities come into play. This is the crucial part. So you need to be able to have like at least 4 to 5 smokes in your backpacks, just in case the zone lands into an open space, which no cover whatsoever. Now we've got Box Gaming over here cooking up that nade and plans to annihilate the players coming from the Xavier, but it looks like Levi's has the same idea as well. So let's see which of these teams will find themselves on the ground with this trade-off.
Yeah, trade-off right now, and Xerxia has lost one already. Box Gaming in front of the Xavier, as well as they are on the lower grounds of this hill. Now, vehicle gameplay coming from Levi's right now, and Box Gaming still not managing to get a hit. And as we look at the position of Box Gaming, hopefully they will not show their position that easily, though they might be backstabbed as well by one or a few players in there. But the Xavier is a little bit preoccupied for Xerxia, who they have been targeting earlier on, and this might be a chance for Box Gaming to go for one hit. But it's only one who's Guang in there, hanging in the middle of his teammates, as well as the Xavier. So it's a little bold move coming from this guy, and he's not backing off.
I mean, this is where really information comes into play. This is, this we'll find out just which of these teams are very good when it comes to extracting that intel. But so far, we can see the Xavier and Box Gaming still going at it as they are onto the northern side. Now, Xerxia Esports are now making their way right into the middle. But this is this is such an open space, and they need to be a little bit worried about the players coming in from Team Secret, as they are still onto the southern side, and there's a big chance that they will be open to their line of sight.
Side really might be open. There's only a few hills right here that can be taken, but Xerxia fired back against the Xavier, managed to get one, and after receiving all those damage, all those pressure, it is the Xavier who will be on the shorter end. Xerxia, though, has been taken down in here. I guess it's falling off or probably making a misstep and that get off, and it will be capitalized by the other teams. 2 eliminations, 2 knockdowns already against Xerxia, and when they battle against Team Secret, it is Team Secret who is getting all those eliminations. Only one guy, though, remaining in front of I believe it's 2 members of Xerxia. Megamind and Ertz need to fire back, and there goes the lead, and they felt the earth in there as he is now lying on his knees.
Well, there goes the advantage of the Team Secret. It's not domination anymore, as Xerxia Esports emerged victorious from that clash. Now, 21 NFT on the other hand is doing pretty good as well, challenging up perhaps the players coming from Box Gaming. But guys, this is already the final 5 teams remaining for our first match, looking to get that first winner chicken dinner. Now we can see Xerxia Esports over here firing a lot against that one player coming from Team Secret, and it was Ertz who actually got the job done, and he also spots Levi's coming from the Xavier from a long range and actually took him down. Now here comes another one. Let's see if we can also get this one right. See the vehicle explode, and there you go. Ertz, easy as that, put up 2 elimination points coming from the Xavier.
Like, imagine the term being eaten by the earth. This is how it looks like. Earth is just eating them up one at a time from left to right. He just goes and targets them, and smart move to explode that vehicle before Chuan was able to heal himself. Now we're left with one player coming from the Xavier, and with Box in here, a complete squad might have the advantage, but I'm real surprised and glad as well that Cercia managed to survive all the altercations onto them against Team Secret and the Xavier, and they are the ones still in the top 4. Though 21 in Finn, NFT will be receiving a damage, and they will be eliminated in this game. It's now left to 3 teams.
Yes, it was actually a very wonderful execution coming from Search the Esports. The way that they actually eliminated, some of the players coming from the Xavier was just like perfect, for their team. That is a good spot, good awareness so far inside the game. But here we go. The battle is about to happen as a Box Gaming would want to dominate our first match. They went straight up against Search the Esports, and oh my goodness, drop them just like that. We've got our first winner chicken dinner, ladies and gentlemen, and that is none other than the players coming from Box Gaming, setting up a total of 10 elimination points plus chicken dinner.
Box Gaming, if I'm mistaken, this is their first winner chicken dinner out of this competition, and they did well in terms of positioning themselves not only from the beginning but also towards the final moment. We have in here 1691 on the damage.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me.